Hi, how are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm good. So who are you presenting?
I'm part of the Mind Blenders, so I'm representing Mind Blenders.
Hello, my name is Vanderkam and I'm representing group 3, which is the Mind Blenders.
Hi. The book that I'm going to review is 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Covey.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. So who are you representing?
I'm representing Ice Baby.
I'm representing Group 4 and we were reading a novel called Deep Work.
I'm Lucy and I'm representing Group 6, the Power Rangers.
I'm representing the Group 9s.
So what's your name?
My name is Derek Musanda. Nice to meet you.
Who are you representing today?
I'm representing Group 5, the 5 Tigers. Yeah,
Hi, how are you?
Hey, I'm good, and you?
I'm good. So who are you representing?
Group 2.
So what are you reading right now?
We're reading a book called The 5 Levels of Leadership by John C. Maxwell.
Well, the book is called Atomic Habits and it's by James Clear.
We read a book called Make It Stick, and it was written by a guy called Peter C. Brown. It's all about learning styles.
Okay, so what book are you reading at the moment?
The Ruthless, Elimination of Harry by John Mark Owen.
So what's the title of your book?
The title is 168 Hours. You Have More Time Than You Think. Written by Laura VKD.
I Never Split the Difference by Voss.
Okay. So what do you like about the book?
I like how it tells it's okay to say certain words, certain words like it's okay to say no, it's okay to say yes. Excuse me about that. So yeah, being really specific in terms of it's okay to do this and it's okay to do that. That's really good. Yeah.
Quite interesting. So the book is called How to Get Things Done. The author is David Allen, and it's a very interesting book, very intriguing, very challenging to the mind. Yeah, but it's a very interesting book.
Okay, so what is the book about?
So the book is about leadership at different levels and what each level means. So it starts with position, meaning that the first level is people get leadership because of the position that they are in.
As an individual, you have to know yourself. So there are little things that we do not take note of. So the book is going to motivate you to take a look at those small things.
The book is a self-help book that helps with personal and professional effectiveness. So it is a guideline where it helps you how to maneuver in the workplace and also maneuver balancing the both.
Okay, so it's like a project management type of book.
Basically, yes.
I think the book really makes you want to ask yourself a couple of questions. So that's the beauty about the book, is that it takes you into a position where you ask yourself questions and you learn about yourself. And it's very weird that I say learn about yourself because the book is genuinely about learning styles and how they basically can differ from person to person. So I really learned a lot about how to understand how I myself would learn and how to categorize all of that. So that's what I would say I learned.
So the book is about cultivating deep work, right? So within the deep work session is that it encourages us to actually minimize on distraction and focus on doing the deep work. Meaning you don't get to look at the things that are not important.
So the book is centered around the idea of living a more quiet life and not living life in all the hurry and the mess, and just taking intentional time to quiet down your life by managing your time in a way where you live according to the things that you value instead of just chasing this rush and the business of life.
So the book is mostly based on how to get things done, as the title says, but it has a twist to it. So the book talks about how you can get things done, but also having a state of peace while doing it. How to let go while also being productive in a sense.
Interesting.
The book is about how busy people, let me not say busy, productive people spend their time on a day-to-day basis and they still have enough time to get back to their families and do all these extra things.
So, who do you recommend reading the book?
Anybody that wants to become better leaders. So, and also identify which level of leadership you are at and how would you like to improve. This is a perfect book for people in leadership, whether you're a digital marketer or you a pastor. Yeah, it's perfect for anybody in leadership roles.
Anyone that's starting in a career or pivoting, and also people that are in leadership positions, especially managers in the company. It's very effective because everyone needs to know everything about their time management to skill them, improve themselves in the communication and conflict resolution. So it's a very informative book in helping you to have a better relationship with people.
Really, it's a book for everybody, but I would say that because I'm a digital marketer and I'm at iHub, I'm going to have a bias about it and say that I want every digital marketer out there to be really reading this book. You can actually find it in different ways. So if you're not much of a reader as well, because I wasn't much of a reader, but the beauty about the book is that it's so user-friendly and it's something that anybody can jump on, whether you're a seasoned or well-seasoned, well-rounded reader who's read 1,000 books, or you're just a person like me who gets his information from different positions or different places, but is really interested in trying to learn more, jump into the world of reading. So for me, it was a great icebreaker to reading.
So, do you think that this book is something that you would recommend to students?
Yes. Reason B, this book will actually help you to be able to do deep work, meaning that you are not focusing on things that are not important, and also increase your productivity and achieve your best satisfaction in terms of your goal-driven targets or goals in general.
I would firstly recommend it to anyone who believes in Jesus, but also anyone who genuinely wants to understand the importance of making time for quiet time in your life and just understanding the reason why we live in such a hurry and the origins of the whole idea of a fixed schedule. So yeah.
So, who do you recommend to read the book?
Anyone who wants to read it, though.
I would recommend it to people in the corporate space, because many a times when we are given like work, but we end up not really doing most of the work or doing the best things that we can do with the most productivity to it. So I would really recommend it to people who are in the corporate sector, people who have a lot to do, who have a lot to work on, who have deadlines set every week and deadlines set every Friday, if you would.
I wouldn't only recommend the book to people who are business minded. I would also recommend it to everybody, who knows themselves as self-centered, to help them navigate in every way. In every way they're trying to see their line of achieving their goals. So yeah, for me, really.
So, what are the key takeaways you specifically got from this book?
Let's say identifying what type of leader I am, and also that you're not going to be the same leader or the same level with each person, with the different members in your team.
What I like about the book is that the book doesn't just tell you what to change. It keeps you equip you with practical framework to make those changes stick.
Okay. So for you, what was your favorite part about the book?
For me, my favorite part had to be where the book came, I have this idea that there is something called the easy life, and in the book it just says that life is not easy. It was never designed to be easy, and instead we have Jesus that we can look to give us equipment to manage this difficult life.
Okay. So what's your favorite quote of the book?
My favorite quote. It has to be leadership is not the position, but more about who you are. So it's about not who you not what you are, but who you are.
Do you have a favorite quote from the book?
Actually, I do not have a favorite quote from the book, but then what I can say with all the quotes that are in the book, what I took note of, it's the fact that it's very important that you take note of the little things that are happening with you, and then try to make small changes. It doesn't have to be like something big. Just know yourself, and then just take those small steps.
My favorite quote from the book is, "I'm not a product of my circumstance, but a product of my decision." Really love it because we always want to shift blames most of the time. So by taking responsibility and being self-aware, it really does help, because you then are able to move and be better. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So one last thing, what's your favorite quote from the book?
Oh man, my favorite quote from the book is everybody learns differently. We all learn differently, and all learners are different. And I really found that so profound, even though it was such a very simple term, very, very simple, but it was super profound, because we, especially living in a country like South Africa, where diversity is such a huge thing, we are very cognizant of the idea that people are different, but we still throw everybody under the same, or paint everybody under the same brush when it comes to our education system. So I really found that if we're going to say that we are a diverse nation, then we need to look into the diversity of how people learn, because at the end of the day gives us a better way to relate to each other as individuals. So for me, that's what I would say was the biggest takeaway from the book.
Okay. Do you have a favorite quote?
Life is not, an easy life is not an option, but an easy yoke is. As a believer, that quote just reminds me that we should give our burdens to Him, and the things that we find difficult, give it to Jesus, so that you can take His burden, for His yoke is lighter and easier to manage compared to yours.
Alright, thank you. One last thing, what's your favorite quote from the book?
You have more time than you think.
Okay. So what's your favorite quote?
There's a part where he says that our tools had to be used, because if they didn't, somebody died. Of which it's true, relating to the world that we're living in. Something needs to be done, or using someone else's tools, or using tools specifically, to actually help someone out, or just like that, for life to continue on its own.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. That was it.
That's a wrap.
Yay.